Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are all doing well. We've had a couple of days of rain there, but it's been really muggy, but it's clearing up now. So I think that's the end of it. But I'm going to talk about why we fear change so much. And it's something that afflicts us all. And if you wake up every day and you're used to leading a certain life, you're used to doing things in a certain way, even if it's difficult, even if you don't like it, there is a sense of comfort in it because it's known, and there's always a sense of comfort in the known. You know, even if you want to change your life, even if you want things to be different and you hate your situation, that sense of comfort keeps a lot of people stuck in situations. You might have a lot of people in your life who have a lot of problems as well. And even though they might do your head in, there's also a sense of comfort in that because you always have something to talk about. Phone for an hour talking about your problems. There's a sense of comfort in that, even though you mightn't like it and it stresses you out. And it's this fear of coming out of that and into the unknown that causes that fear to change. Because even if you have a sense of comfort in it, you're going into the unknown. Because if you really need to change your life and change yourself, you have to come out of your comfort zone and go into the unknown. And this stops a lot of people from changing because it's not just about, you know, changing a job or changing your diet. If you really need to change, it's like starting all over again. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you have to change everything about your life. Some cases it might be. But it's most people are not committed to doing the work because in order to change, you have to become very self-aware. You have to be aware of what you're doing wrong and change that. And you have to be aware of all the other things in your life that are going wrong and you have to change that. And it's not an overnight process. And a lot of the times we're going into a situation where we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who we're going to be and we don't know where we're going to be. And it stops a lot of people. It can be very fearful for a lot of people. So if you're the type of person that has always run on like an autopilot, where you don't really think about what you're doing or thinking, and maybe you're very reactionary, could be gossiping, getting angry, reacting to people, and you don't really have very much control of your emotions. In order to change, you have to look into all the reasons why you do those things. And that can be incredibly difficult for people because it takes work. It means creating a whole new sense of awareness within yourself and becoming much more aware of how you move in your world every day. Every single thing that you do, and looking at that and analysing it and saying to yourself, okay, do I want to keep this, do I not? And most people just don't want to do that. It's too much work for most people. But if you are that type of person and your mind is always in that state and you're associating with people in that state, you'll always stay in that state and nothing will ever change. Because Your thoughts control your reactions. Everything that you think, whether you're aware of it or whether you're not aware of it, controls how you move in your world. And you could say, oh, well, this person did that to me, or this person said that to me. But if you are in a negative mind state, you'll react. Whereas if you're aware of your thoughts and you're aware of who you are, you won't react. You'll see it for what it is, and you'll be able to deal with it. Being in a negative mindset and moving around in your world in a negative way is habitual. It's basically the same as having an addiction. You become addicted to the negative aspects of yourself, those patterns, just in the same way as you'd be addicted to alcohol or drugs or smoking or anything else. It's an addictive conditioning pattern that most of the time you've been programmed by society or what other people think as to who you are, and then you run that program and you keep running it until you decide to change. But even though most people are unhappy and they want change, the thought of the change terrifies them. And what they don't realize is it would be the best thing that they've ever done for themselves and the people around them. Because when you start to change and you make that commitment to yourself, not only does it improve your life, but it improves all the people within your life as well. And if the people that are in your life don't like it, they're not meant to be in your life. Because if you're trying to improve your life, people will support you that really care about you. They'll want you to do it, they'll support you, they'll egg you on. But if you can step out of the fear into the unknown, it will be better than you ever expected. Because the main fear is the unknown. We always want to know what's going to come next. And there's nothing scarier than walking out and you don't know what's going to happen next. But if you can quell that fear, it's the best thing you'd ever do. You will be living from a space of no fear, of no suffering. It will be ended. And you won't know what to do with yourself for a while. But through that process, you will renew yourself and you'll become your true self, not someone who was programmed by society, not someone who was always needing something or wanting something to feel safe and secure. You will be able to find that within yourself. Because we have formed all these habits from when we were very young, and it's created this identity of who we think we are, but that's not really who we are. A lot of the time, we don't really know who we are, and these patterns get ingrained within us. And our minds identify with that identity so strongly that we even forget ourselves how strong it is until we go to change. And then the fear kicks in, and your mind will fight with you. It will fight with you tooth and nail because it's built up this identity of who they think that you are. But if you do the work and you keep progressing, you will break that down and it will fall away and you will become the person that you were supposed to be, the person that you really are. And then the mind will stop fighting you and it'll accept it. So until next time, don't fear the change. Take care.